How you doing, everybody? Another day, another job. I am riding solo today. Beautiful day. Beautiful day today. It's gonna be low 80s, I believe. Today is August 30th, 2022. House is that one right there on the corner. Here on the job. Nice and breezy today. Got our MT-100. There's the steps that we built. There's a lot of wind noise on this day, but what I was saying is if you watch the project when we built those steps, this house has changed a lot. Customers have been putting a lot of money into it. They got new siding, new windows, new roof, new shutters, new front door. They got a new side entry porch there and a new deck in the backyard. But we're going to start off this project by removing all these timbers and the bricks. In this video, we're also going to be digging a trench for some new light posts along the driveway. We're going to pull that old one out and we're going to prep it and get ready for 2 new granite light posts. But like I said, first we got to pull apart all these timbers and old ceramic bricks. Get those hauled away, put in the dump trailer and hauled away. So let's just get right into the day, guys. Gotta have the sugar-free Red Bull. I can't get off this stuff. Ooh, look at all the ants. So I put the timbers aside at first because I was thinking about making them a separate load and doing all the bricks first. But then I just decided there wasn't that much. I decided to throw it all in the front and put some clay brick on the back. But I loaded up some of the clay bricks off camera. You're going to see that in a minute here. And one of the things that kind of costs you a lot of time when you're working solo is having to do the work, but you also have to take the materials out and bring materials in. So having been there to be able to drive the truck is a huge help. Both sets of steps and landings are removed. All the lumber and the bricks. Got them stacked up on the back of my trailer here. Got all the lumber in the front. Those bricks we're going to repurpose. We're going to do something with them at some point. Whether that be make a set of steps, make a little wall, make another little walkway or a little patio, anything like that. If it was old concrete pavers, I'd get rid of them. But the red clay brick, believe it or not, is very hard to find a place to get rid of. They consider it, I don't know, some kind of bad waste to be putting in the ground, so you can't mix it in with fill, you can't crush it up because the dust from it is very toxic. There's just a lot of bad things with the clay brick. I'm going to take off with this because I got to get these bricks unloaded, and then I got a few more things to put on this trailer at my house. Update time. Went back to my house, unloaded the bricks, got all that wooden timbers and lumber dumped at the dump facility, and I've got some 3/4 inch crushed stone in my truck right now, and that's what we use for our base material. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base real quick on, you know, working alone. Benny's right there, he's my right hand man. If you guys are subscribers to the channel, you know everything that gets done is both him and I, it's never just me. So any day that he is gone is a lot slower for production, and the tasks are a little bit harder. So again, it's something I can handle. You just gotta let it be what it is. Some days are gonna be more production than others, and there's always variables in life, so that's just the way it goes. But so we're headed back to the job now, and when I get there, I'm gonna dump this stone. I'm gonna kind of just stockpile it for when we do need it to backfill, then it's on the site. It's kind of the rule of thumb. If you're out dumping something, you bring something back to the job that you need, so you can get 2 birds with 1 stone. So the bricks and everything, you know, if I had some forks for this mini skid steer, I'd be able to palletize these bricks and then hoist them into the truck and stuff, or the trailer, I mean. But even at that point, when I go to point B, I'm gonna have to unload it by hand because the machine's still on the job site. So that's all I can do with these bricks right now, is just kind of hand load them onto the truck as neat as possible, so that when I pull them off the truck at my house, I can just stack them up, put them on the pallets, and be done with it. But you don't really want to start scooping into all those bricks, mixing it all in with the dirt and dumping it in the truck. You want to get those things out as neat as possible. And it may take a little longer, but in the end, it's the most efficient way and the most neat way. I try to keep my jobs neat, take care of one step at a time in the process, and hop on to the next one. That one's done. And that's what I'm looking to do today. I'm just trying to get rid of all these bricks, got rid of all the lumber and the timbers, and if I go into tomorrow with all this stuff out of my way, I'll be a happy guy. Stones dumped. All the bricks are loaded except for a little bit on that pallet up there, if you can see it, and all the random cut pieces. But I got a good amount of weight right now on the back of the trailer. It is centered on our rear axle, but we're going to load the front of it with a little bit of fill. That pile right there, that pile came from where we excavated for those steps, and a little bit in front of the steps. So I'm going to load up that pile of dirt, throw it in the front of the trailer, even it all out, and we're done for the day. If you haven't seen the videos where we built these steps, make sure you check out the link in the description below for the full playlist of this job. Dirt's loaded up, bricks are loaded up. Time to get out of here. Looking clean up there. Ramps worked out pretty good to get us up over those sideboards and level us off. So I guess I will see you guys in the morning when we pick up the mini excavator so we can start trenching for our granite light post. Good morning. We got the excavator. This machine weighs 7,000 pounds, so it's perfect size for the trailer, perfect size for the job that we're doing. Put the chains and binders on, chains in the back. This looks a little loose, but it's definitely not. So, tight like a goose, balanced as good as possible. Let's get out of here and get to the job. So I plan on doing a full video some point about this dump trailer, but it has been absolutely key to me starting my business 2 years ago. Without it, I wouldn't be able to get equipment like this for my jobs, and I wouldn't be able to bring material in and out. I spent $5,000 more than I would have if I would have just bought a normal dump trailer, like painted, but I spent the extra money because this entire trailer is galvanized, and whatever is on it that's not galvanized, it's aluminum. So it's going to last me years. I ran out of marking paint right here. But if you can see the upper walkway coming down with some curves. And then we're going to bump out right there, come down, and then this is going to be our other staircase. There's 2 steps right there. And there's going to be about 4 steps down here. This is going to be broken up into a landing, 2 steps, landing, 2 steps, same thing, landing, 2 steps, landing, 2 steps, up to our grade, and there's going to be a landing that joins in with that one over there, and then up to the 2 steps, front walkway. You can see that there's a height difference in this bed a lot, so we'll be using concrete wall block to adjust that grade, and we're building a wall from the corner of that chimney foundation. Behind that line is the face of the wall pretty much, and it's going to connect into our 2 steps right here. We're also going to be removing these 2 shrubs over here because we'll be replacing this mailbox with a granite post mailbox. So we need a trench from there to the other light post and then to the house. Riding solo again today, and I just got to get right into it. Let's get this day started. Okay, so when I do a trench for electrical line, I like to remove the top soils like the grass and the roots and everything. I get rid of that completely so I don't have to deal with it later. And as I dig a little deeper and get into the good soil, I put the good soil aside for backfilling. But if you mix all the good soil and the turf together, it's not really good for compaction when you go to backfill, and it's really just a pain in the butt to deal with. So you'll see as I go along here what I mean as I separate the turf and the roots, throw that in my trailer to get rid of, and then when I find the good stuff, I put that stuff aside. It'll make the backfilling a lot easier. But as far as depth, where these granite posts are going to be going, I need to dig down about 28 to 30 inches, and that's going to account for 4 to 6 inches of some 3/4 inch crushed backfill stone, and then 2 feet of the granite post being buried. The granite post is about 8 feet tall, so with that 2 feet being buried, it's going to have 6 feet revealed. And here I am just checking it by laying a tool across from side to side and using a tape measure. And then I tamp the bottom of it, the height that I'm at, I tamp it with the excavator bucket to make sure it's nice and solid. So that hole is all set. This trench is at about 21, 22 inches, and that's again going to account for a few inches of sand actually for the pipe to sit on. And then the pipe's going to be at about 18 inches buried. So here in Massachusetts, to legally operate a piece of equipment like this, you need a hoisting license. Any kind of equipment that hoists or lifts more than 500 pounds, you're required to have that license here. And one of those important things they teach you in that class is to keep your soil piles at least a few feet off the edge of your trench. It helps prevent cave-ins, but it's also just a good practice to keep your trench nice and clean. If you keep it too close to the edge, stuff's going to fall in constantly and you're always going to be cleaning up a mess. Said there's an old stump here and I think I found it. I think I found the stump. Find a way around it. It's a big old, it's an old oak tree stump, so I'm sure it's not going to really want to budge. Might have to try to find a path around it. Stump right there. We're back. Another load of stone dumped, so we got a good stockpile now for when we start building. So all this concrete was actually under the base material underneath the existing walkway, and I wasn't aware that it was there. But either way, I gotta pluck it all out, put it aside so I can haul it away on another day. And unfortunately, here in Massachusetts, there's not too many dump facilities that take fill with concrete mixed in or asphalt mixed in or red brick mixed in. I know some of you guys across the country have places like that, but it's pretty strict here in Massachusetts. You got to keep your fill clean of all those objects. You can mix in stones, but that's pretty much as you can mix in with it. What's up, Gim? Gim. I am such a dog lover, man. I don't know what I'd do without this guy in my life. Gim, get in there. Hey. Oh my gosh, Gim. Showing everybody how well behaved you are. Get in there. I'll see you later, bud. Take care of the house, okay? If you've been following along with the channel for a while, you may have seen me a couple times Show you the backyard over here. This is where I've been taking fill from the jobs this past year. I'm taking it right to my house. This whole area back here needs fill, so it's always hard to tell on camera, but it's a good like 4 to 5 foot difference in height elevation over here. So I've just been bringing it little by little, and we're just gonna end up sloping it, and we're gonna put a little bit of a boulder wall right here, like 1 or 2 boulders high, and we're gonna do a tier. I'm gonna bring it to a point where I can make like a sitting wall around the backyard. That's option 1. 2 is I may just continue the slope all the way up to where I want it to meet, and within that slope lay these boulders at a slope, right at the slope of the land, and that way it'll hold all the grade back and I can have a leveled off backyard. I don't know yet, but for now, all these big stones I put off to the side because I'm going to be using them for rock walls, and the dirt that's mixed in I'm using for backfill. A lot of stones sitting around. Let me know in the comments below if you can relate with loving having stone, a bunch of stockpile of stone. I know it's hard to get to a point where you can use them, but when you can use them and you go to build something with it, it's pretty fun, and you can create some really cool things with them. So just so you guys know, all these videos that I'm uploading, there's no rhyme or reason in the timing. All these projects are from this past year, 2022. I just couldn't keep up with the uploads and staying on schedule with YouTube here. But now that I got time this winter, I'm just putting all these projects together. So this isn't any up-to-date projects or recent projects. I'm just finally being able to put the videos together. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a new viewer, hit that like and subscribe. There's plenty of content like this on my channel. And the next video that I upload will be us finishing this excavation and start backfilling for this concrete paver walkway. So hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next one, you already know the deal. God bless. Peace.